So how is my cute little birthday boy doing over there?
Good. Not my birthday yet. We got a couple more days.
Oh my God, it's only 2 days, but you're going to be gone, and I'm watching your dog, and you got a little present today.
I know. You're the best.
Say that to everybody.
Stop it. I've been wanting AirPods for a very long time, and I finally got them, and thank you so much. Seriously.
You're welcome. Happy birthday,
AirPods.
Boo.
Again, Apple, this is our, what is that? Our unofficial sponsor.
Our non-official sponsor. Apple, thank you so much for being
Apple.
here.
Steve Jobs, rest in peace. Thank you. Much love.
Oh my God. And we're also sponsored by Tito's today because Lyndsay is having a cocktail.
Without Benadryl. White Benadryl.
No Benadryl. No Benadryl allowed.
Not today.
This is your Almost There podcast. This is your Almost Bare podcast, where we talk about real life stories on sex, love, health, and all the dirty secrets in between. Oh, John, we have our first guest.
Yes, we do.
We sure do.
We left off last week's show, jealousy, just the worst parts of jealousy. I don't know if there's a good part of jealousy. We talked about the whole turned on thing, that people are turned on by it.
Yeah, and I don't know about that.
Yeah. So it led into just a conversation of like this whole big word, sorry, polyamorous. Did I get it?
Very well done. For the win, John. For the win.
Thank you. Got it. Polyamorous, and then polygamy, the difference, and all that stuff. So I know a friend of mine, and he's on the show today, Nick.
Hi.
Yeah, Nick, who is in a polygamous kind of relationship thing going on. I'm totally kind of new to all this stuff. What's happening?
Okay. So polyamory.
An
open relationship or polyamory.
Okay.
Is what you're looking at. So to back it up a little bit for polyamory, it's actually made up of a Greek word and a Latin word. So poly for Greek and amor for Latin. So polyamory. Correct.
Yes.
So it's a very specific term even in that aspect that it's using two different languages to create the original word. So it's already a bit of a quandary in and of itself.
So it's like multiple loves.
Correct. Exactly.
Sure.
And specifically.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it a little bit in regards to the fact that, like, can we love more than one person at the same time?
Right.
Remember when I was talking to you about that, which I completely believe that you can, because I do. Mm-hmm. I want to have sex with, everybody.
No, and you're absolutely not wrong with that.
Right.
100%. Like, and I think it's something that everyone's not capable of.
Sure.
And I think that it's something that is challenging to navigate no matter where you are in your life and your relationship. But I think it's 2019 and we're in a very different world where relationality to each other is so unique and so different, and the space that it inhabits is so different that you're looking at something that, even 10 years ago we wouldn't have even fathomed. It would have been completely looked down upon. It would have been something that's like, oh, this is cheating or whatever the situation is.
Right.
And that doesn't mean that there isn't still a certain amount of that attached to it today, but there's been such growth and such connection that's been created between people in a very, very different way. So it's a very unique realm. It obviously does not follow monogamy, which most people are familiar with, is a partner of two people.
Okay.
In one man, one woman, two women, two men, however that may play out.
No, I feel like some days we're more tolerant than I thought we ever could be. And
You're
then
right.
I wake up the next morning and I'm like, how did our tolerance go away overnight?
Absolutely.
It's this like ebb and flow, and it's driving me fucking crazy because we're both super sex positive people, Nick and myself.
Yes.
Not that you're not.
I'm sex neutral.
Yeah,
I'm just very neutral.
You're like, is it. I'm good.
I'm all for sex.
Yeah.
I love sex, but I'm very, even like you guys talking about this stuff, I'm not gonna lie, on this side of the room, I'm like, well, I'm kind of uncomfortable.
Sure.
Like there's literally sweat on my eyebrow right now.
No, totally.
Like,
and poor Johnny boy, he came in and I opened up a box of all these fucking sex toys.
Yes.
And he lost his fucking
because
mind.
they're all what? They're all male sex toys, basically.
They're all male sex toys, but they're intended to be used for men and women both.
Sure.
So they're not specific to
Sorry, that's
how it is. No, but it's we specifically went through, and whatever, we can go into it deeper. But
I was holding literally, this penis extender.
Yes, exactly. Now it doesn't mean that we think that you're small, right?
Right.
That's not where that's coming from. It's just
correct.
Here's the way that I think about it, Johnny boy, in regards to your sex life, right? Especially because you guys are incredibly monogamous, is that you guys love sex. You went through it the way that you did, and you have to make your sex life as best as you possibly can, and there are things to enhance it in this world that you just have to open up your mind just a scotch, and you're getting better at it, which is awesome. And I've been watching my boy like grow up over here. It's like I told you earlier, you watched YouTube videos on polyamory and on our topic for today, and I told him, I said, my nipples got hard.
I had no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea sometimes about what this whole polyamorous thing, because I don't get it. I'm not in a polyamorous relationship or come to terms of it, because again, I don't know if it's like, is polyamorous like a status, like all of a sudden like you're with another person with your couple, is that polyamorous, or is it like you're just always polyamorous whether you're with someone or not?
Realistically, that's it, because my husband and I, we don't have
so that's why you're married.
Yeah, so I'm married. Been with my husband for 8 years and been married the last 4 of those 8.
Got it.
With that being said, neither of us is seeing anyone right now. For about a year, we shared a boyfriend together. We also have seen other people separately. So it really kind of all depends. Polyamorous is definitely a lifestyle that kind of continues, no matter if you're in it at the time. If you're seeing somebody, it's a mindset and it's a different way, because polyamory requires you to really be vulnerable, and it requires a lot of really strong communication between you and your partners. Because the easiest demonstration is that in a triad, some people would call it a throuple, but triad is a little bit more... Right, but triad is a little bit more professional, or a little bit more of the accepted term within polyamory. So that would mean there's 3 of you. And
instead of couple, John, just
correct.
in case.
Couple, yeah.
Right.
I get it, guys.
Well,
Jeez,
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I gotta make the bouncing ball follow.
There's bipole, and then there's couple, and there's triple.
I mean, there you
go.
Triple.
Okay.
Sounds like a really good snack.
Think of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Triad would be something from like a medieval kind of concept. And with that being said, you actually have 4 relationships within a triad, which is even more challenging, because you have a relationship between each person, and then you have a relationship as the 3 of you. So, if the 3 of us were in a triad right here, there's my relationship with Lyndsay, Lyndsay's relationship with you, and your relationship with me, and then there's a relationship that the 3 of us hold together.
That's interesting. Right. So how does this? So my biggest question, and it sounds like a stupid question. It's like
there's no stupid question.
This
is the biggest one that I had. Was obviously we can get into jealousy a little bit, like this jealousy interrupt the 2 when you talk about this relationship between one or whatever. But I want to talk about the very simplest part, which is like, how does that work when it comes to like holding hands? When it comes to like hanging out with each other? Like, do you all 3 of you just hang out together? Do you like all hold hands together? How does like, I guess, your love life look like? Is it like a threesome? Again, I don't know how all this works. I'm like reaching right now for something uncovered, I feel.
You're good. It's all of that and none of that. Is real. So there is no right answer to your question. It is a very valid question, and it really boils down to, in an aspect for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of PDA, no matter what your lifestyle choices are.
That was one of my questions.
And so for me specifically, I have no problem in romantically with my husband, with my partners, with whoever I'm seeing, having affection in public, but I'm not going to sit down and mac down like a 3-way makeout session. If that's, if you think of like going to the movies and it's like we're all over each other.
Even behind closed doors? Like,
no, behind closed doors, sure. Why not?
Okay,
but I'm just saying.
I mean, what else are you guys doing?
Right, exactly. I was like, there are tongues going in a lot of other places than mouths behind closed doors.
We are going to build this IKEA bookshelf, goddammit.
Yes. I really get turned on by the little stick figure guys in those in the instructions from the IKEA.
But in public, it's like no PDA.
No, it's not. It's not no PDA. No. Not that extreme. But the thing is, depending on the situation, it is 2019. Going back to that concept, and I identify as gay. I'm married to a man, but I also do enjoy sex with women, so that adds in a whole different dynamic to it, and that's a different topic to be addressed. But to this specific notion, my husband Brian and I hold hands on a somewhat regular basis. We'll exchange, not an abbreviated kiss, but not like a hot, heavy makeout session. And when I'm out in public, depending on what the surrounding is realistically what plays into how comfortable I am with it. Now, this even goes over to my straight side, quote unquote, or however you want to call it, whatever title people need to put on it. With women is the same. Is holding hands with a woman and kissing in public is great, but it doesn't mean I want to sit there and mac down and throw my whatever in anybody else's face. So it's kind of like, I guess you could say, I'm your sex neutral version of this concept, as opposed to some people will be like, this is me. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm queer. Get used to it. Yeah,
and I'm not saying that there isn't a time and a place for that.
Sure.
That's just not for me.
Sure.
Right. So I think that's for me. It's like it has no bearing. Now, granted, if we're at a family gathering and it's somebody that's new and that my family has no knowledge of, then sure, it's going to be a little bit more reserved with the additional partners.
So I have a question. So, well, I actually have 17,000 questions.
I'm here for all of them.
I know. Well, because I've explored with women, with men, with foursomes, threesomes, twosomes. I've had just women all over me. Like, it's been amazing. It's been amazing, but I absolutely love dick, like without a doubt. Without a doubt, I could never just go totally lesbian, but I love the female body. I love the experience. We know what our bodies feel like we know what it feels like to get our clit licked, and just like the way that we come, like that part of it is so like, oh, I know that you know what I'm feeling right now.
Exactly, yeah. And I think that's the biggest point of connection is when you're having an intimate moment with somebody of the same sex who has the same biological makeup as you, has the same organs. It's easy because that's always the concept with sex between men. Is it's like, well, duh, I know what I like.
I know what
so
cock
it's gonna
and
be
balls are.
Right. I know what I like doing to it.
I'll
so I'm pretty sure.
I've been having sex for a very long time. I still don't think I give a good hand job. I hate it. I give a fucking mean blow job, but I don't even think I'm like, come on, can I not do this with my hand? This is sticky and weird. This is
I was going to say the best part of a hand job is to include your mouth.
That's
so
right.
Then you do both.
That's right.
At the same time.
Oh my god, I was just going to tell that story I told Johnny Boy yesterday about my ex-husband, how big his dick was. Remember that when I told you? Oh my god, giving him head was so hard. But anyways, okay, so question. Did you were you, God, I hate to even ask this, but were you straight before? Did you know you were gay? Like,
no,
talk to me about that.
Yeah, totally. Going back way back, and we can talk even about sex. My first sexual experience, I was 12 and she was 15, so it was myself and a girl. I was I was very much an early bloomer.
Wow.
Yeah, and so then
I got you.
And
I'm just listening. Sorry.
And Nick, you might see his head explode.
This side of the room is in heat right now.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Are you going through menopause over there?
Okay, it's hot.
He's going through menopause, yeah. He is.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see it right before my eyes, and he's younger than me.
Isn't it great?
Oh, yeah. Continue, please.
And my first experience with a guy, I was 15.
So 3 years later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and I had sex with the same female partner and two additional between 12 and 15, so over that 3-year period.
Okay.
And
then the man came in.
And then a man came in. Yeah, and it was same age, 15. He was 16.
Okay.
So same kind of concept and experience level that way. And it was a completely different set of genitalia and a completely different set of connection.
Balls are like slapping you in the face.
It's a whole different ballgame.
Thanks for the visual. Thank you.
So
you know me.
You have balls that look nothing like balls hitting your face. So don't even.
Oh my god! I had balls hitting my face yesterday. It was great.
There you go.
I did.
Karaoke guy. Great.
Yes,
I love it. This is fantastic.
We literally played hooky yesterday, and we laid naked in my bed and watched movies because my pain level was like fucking off the Richter. And he like canceled all of his shit, and I canceled all my shit. And we're like, let's just lay in bed and slap balls across your face, and it was great.
No, I was going to say, and what's funny, just specific, even going way back to when you said you just.
I mean, I needed a facial,
That's fine, and your skin looks so soft.
Thank you. I feel radiant and glowing.
What is going on here? What is going on?
But with all that being said, just kind of pairing it back to where you started, you were laying around the house naked, and there's something really intimate and connected about that, and it allows you to really connect with a person, but also connect with yourself.
That's right.
Because it's a huge amount of vulnerability. We all have issues.
Sure.
One way or the other. I know some of the hottest people. I know you do. I'm sure you have met some or know some, but they all have issues.
We all have insecurities.
Absolutely. And that's a huge part of 100%. This conversation or any conversation. So I'm saying you and karaoke guy sitting down, relaxing, and not having any clothes on is the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Long before the ball slapping your face.
And we haven't had sex yet.
See, that's what I was going to say.
Which is so weird because for both of us, because we're both like crazy sex, like we're honest and open and all of that shit. And we both have seen a lot and done a lot. And so it's been really actually kind of enlightening for me. And I know John laughs at me saying that word, but it's true. It's like, oh my God, I finally found somebody that actually kind of checks the boxes of the same things that are important to me, and we can be super honest about it. But we also were able to say, hey, here's the deal. Like, I actually kind of don't want to fuck you yet, even though we both are like, oh my God, I want to fuck you so bad right now.
But how amazing is this foreplay? This is so really good. So good, leading up to something that will be amazing.
I know.
So it's almost like you're experiencing